Hey everyone, my name is Robin, and I have a group of beautiful spirits who I channel. This morning, when we got together, oh, thank you. This morning, we got together in a room and we had like a meeting, which I asked it to be as normal as possible. So I met with a group of spirits this morning to prepare for today's session, and we have decided to call us as a group, with me included. We're calling ourselves Higher Communications, which was a name that they gave me a long time ago. And anyway, I'm now using it to use us as a collective. So these live videos are intended to be helpful in that we will be sharing techniques and meditations that will help with uplifting our emotions, because we need that at this time. We need to feel peace in our hearts because Earth is going through a challenge right now. It's, well, not a challenge so much, sorry. Earth is going through an evolution right now, and we all need to prepare. And how we prepare is by creating peace in our hearts. And this is what my work is all about. It's about creating peace in our hearts. So we had a live session last week, and it's been put on YouTube. And I've added subtitles for the hard of hearing and deaf community. And we were advised by the group of spirits that I channeled last week that we are all masters. We are all great beings of light. So none of us miss out. We're all great beings of light, so we can channel those higher dimensions just as it, like you can channel these higher dimensions just as I'm endeavoring to do so. So I asked for my beautiful beings, because I'm kind of new to becoming public with this channeling business. So I am appreciating your patience, because this is really a journey of my, or a journal of my growth in a lot of ways. So I begin with, I asked my beautiful beings whilst I was in this meeting, and I'll tell you how that comes about, by the way, a little later. Oh, thank you, Kelly. Thank you, darling. That tells me that I'm on. Okay. So my beautiful beings gave me a message, as I always ask them to do. When this was first thing this morning, I woke up real nervous about having to do this afternoon. And you know, I don't feel nervous anymore because they've been such a great help. So I'll read out the message that my beautiful beings gave me, but I'll share with you how I reached that space. So what I do is I put myself into a trance, and then this trance will, with the intention to go up into higher dimensions, and I approach the Temple of the Masters. And the Temple of the Masters, there is a Temple of the Masters in lots and lots of dimensions going right up to infinity. And I've reached only a certain point. I'm sure there's way above, but I'm doing the best I can. So in the highest possible dimensions that I can reach, I am met by a beautiful great being of light, magnificent great being of light. And he allows me to walk into the temple, and we go to this room, and I walk into this room which is full of extra bright light to elevate my vibration so that I can reach the higher dimensions again. And so I walk into this room and I see these beings, and then they show me another door to go through so I can raise my vibrations again, which is even more light. So I walk through this other room into this other room, and then I said, can I have like a meeting room, make it like there's a table and we sit all around? So that's what we did today. This morning we had like this meeting, so I was sitting at the meeting and I blended with who is my master. So I imagined myself being that being, and I was surrounded like around the table with all these other beautiful beings. It was just so lovely. And we poured light into the center of this round table, which with the intention that we all amplify this light to assist the earth with its evolution, and I'm to connect myself into that. So I imagine myself going into that ball of light, and I'm listening to what these beings have to say. And each being said something different. It was really beautiful. They all contributed to the paragraph. So, anyway, this is what they said. Welcome. We are gathered here today to assist mankind with the evolution which is taking place right now. So much peace will come from this change. Yes, it feels like such a disruption, but when you reflect on the past in each of your human lives, you will remember how challenging change is. It's a bit like growing pains. We must take care and nurture ourselves when we're experiencing them. This reflection on the past will come up in an expanded way at this time, and this is the time more than ever to love and nourish yourself to ease the transition and growth about to unfold. Be peace, my dear ones. If something comes up during this time of isolation, which is creating pain for you, now is the time to release this pain. Now is the time to give yourself permission to love yourself enough to forgive the past. Let this be your gift to yourself. When you feel your heart become heavy with burdens, go into your heart with love. Sit in your heart as if you are your own child. And this was beautiful. I did it at the time. Sorry, my glasses keep slipping. But anyway, so let's just take a moment to just imagine, just by using your imagination, imagine yourself inside your heart and sit there with love. Feel yourself inside your heart now and imagine how this feels. And the intention is so that you can feel the love as if you are the child. And how would you love your child? We would love you to love yourself in the same way. Okay, so allow yourself to let go of judgments, unkindness, and traumas of the past and stand tall with love to allow yourself to receive the light within and be brave and your authentic self, which is what I'm trying to do right now. I tell you, it takes being brave. Anyway, breathe in light and let the higher part of you, the divine part of you, guide you now. You are all great beings of light from the highest dimensions, and you can connect with that part of you through intention. So that was the message from my guides this morning, which really leads us through to what we're going to be discussing today, or what we're going to be doing today. So firstly, I'm going to be talking you through a meditation. And it's a meditation to assist you with feeling confident that you are communicating with your higher self, because it's through your higher self that you'll be receiving the messages on how you can love and nourish yourself and your beautiful soul, how you can uplift your emotions so that you feel peaceful inside. Because we're all kind of going through it at the moment. We're going through those growing pains that my guides shared with us earlier. I will also share after the meditation and automatic writing, the invocation to automatic writing, because one of the things that I found fantastic for me whenever I was going through challenges and I knew that I needed to reach my higher self for the highest possible perspective of each situation, I would turn to automatic writing and I would write to my higher self and ask questions, and I would receive the answers, and they were always from a higher perspective, and I knew that I could always trust. And so it's like having your very bestest friend with the best possible piece of wisdom by your side. It's so wonderful. The first time I used it was actually I contacted my parents because they'd both passed away, and so we were living in Broome at the time, and we were sitting underneath the annex, and I thought I'm going to give this automatic writing a try and have a chat to mum and dad, and I did. I could feel my mum came in first, and I could feel her so strongly, and I could hear her words in my ears, like I knew what it is that she was saying. So I would ask her a question, and then I'd write down, listen, and write down her answer. So this can be used not only to reach your higher self and to receive higher wisdom from the higher part, the master, or the great being that you have within yourself. It's also a great way to be in contact with the people that you love that have passed away. Um, it doesn't necessarily relieve grief entirely, because there's always a healing process, but it really helped me I didn't have any grief after I knew I could chat to mum and dad. I wasn't grieving anymore. So automatic writing has done such a lot for me, and I'll share with you the invocation a little later on. Hello, beautiful ones. It's so beautiful to see you there. Thank you. Oh, thank you, Kelly. I appreciate that. Anyway, so I'm going to be doing something a little different, and it's kind of scary because I've not done this before publicly, but I'm going to try and channel the meditation. I channeled it earlier on today, so I do have like a perspective of what it is that's coming. And what the beautiful beings did was they showed me in pictures, and so I will describe to you. Let's hope it works. Fingers crossed. So I'm going to go into a trance, up into those rooms that I was telling you about, and the intention is to take you through a meditation where you reach the higher dimensions. And so I'm just going to put a little bit of music on, and thank you, Vera, you shared with me that it was a little bit loud, so I will turn it down a fraction. But I do find it's really helpful to have music when I do this sort of thing. The music, by the way, is by, it's called Music of Light by Thaddeus, and I'm using my iPad. I don't have anything fancy. Oh, can you see that? It's called The Spiritual Sun by Thaddeus, by Oren and Deben. They're my masters. I just love them. I'll just turn it up a fraction. Right. I'll just go into my little space. I'll catch you in a little bit. And so what I will do is I'll just be closing my eyes and listening to what they have to say. And although it's not trans-channeling, I haven't reached the stage where they can enter my body. So I actually just have to listen very intently to what they have to say. And so we'll see how we go. This is my first time doing this public, so wish me luck. I appreciate they're creating the meeting room like before. So I'm just going to sit in the ball of light in the center. I'm going to up level again and walk into another room that's higher again. Oh, thank you. Okay, here we go. Thank you, they're all here. I'm going into the ball of light again. And now I'm asking the beautiful beings to please channel toward, share with us all a meditation that will help us with connecting with a higher part of us. And so now I'm listening. Dear ones, we're all here. And we are going to assist you with reaching the higher dimensions. So we would love you to take a deep breath in and allow your body to relax completely. And to please, if you can, have your feet grounded, facing the ground, facing the floor, and seated with your back straight. And whilst we're breathing in these deep breaths, we feel in our tummy, expanding our tummy, letting out any trauma that you might be have experienced in your out breath. So we're breathing in light, and now breathing out trauma. Letting all of that go. And keeping with your breath, focusing on the present moment, this now, where we let go. This is where we let go. Now we're going to imagine a ball of light. So just use your imagination that you have a ball of light above your head, about here, a beautiful big ball of light. And there's swirls of sparkles and shimmering light in that great big ball of light. And so just play with that ball of light now. And just imagine yourself going inside that ball of light and see what that looked like. And imagine those swirls of light going around you. And know, as you look up, the swirls of light go up this thread which reaches right up into the higher dimensions. Up into the universal mind. Up into the spiritual sun, where you receive wisdom, and you can do this all on your own. And so now coming back to that swirling ball of light, that ball of light is now going over your head. Imagine it's coming down now over your head, this swirling ball of light. And in the very center of your head, which is near the pineal gland, you're imagining that this light is turning your head into a star. And so from the very center, the point of light in the center of your head, out comes these rods of light. It's like a star. And allow yourself, by using your imagination, to be in the center of this star that's in the center of your head. And now this swirling ball of light is coming down to around your throat. And this is to help us to speak with a higher perspective, and our thoughts to help us think with a higher perspective. Now we talk, this is for our words. And so the ball of light, the swirling ball of light is around your throat, and your throat becomes a star. And imagine this star shining out. And allow yourself to be in the center of the star, the tiny, tiny dot in the very center of the star. Imagine being in the center of the star, inside your throat, looking out at the rods of light, the beautiful rods of light coming in and out your throat. Now allow the ball of light, the swirling ball of light, the shimmering ball of light, to come down now over your heart area. And it's in the center of your heart that you focus your attention. And imagine the star in your heart just bursting out. And bring yourself into the very center, that tiny, tiny dot in the very center of that star. And you're looking out at the rods going in and out. This is your beautiful heart. It's so full of love and light. Your beautiful heart. And now bring this ball of light down to your solar plexus area. And imagine that ball of light swirling and shimmering in your solar plexus area. And adjusting your spine if you need to make sure your back is straight. Allow the energy to come through clearly. And this swirling ball of light creates a star in your solar plexus, shining out brightly. And imagine yourself going into the tiny, tiny point of light in the center of this star in your solar plexus. And you're in your solar plexus and you're looking out at the rods that come in and out. This is you. You are beautiful, you are powerful. And now the beautiful ball of light, the swirly ball of light, going inside it and seeing all the swirls and bringing that ball of light down to your sacral area where your belly button is. And the ball of light around there is swirling around with its light. And it's swirling and swirling. And it's generating the star in your solar plexus area. And allow yourself to go into the point of that central point of that star in your sacral area. And you're looking out at all the rods going in and out in this area, in your sacral area. And this is where you are releasing and letting go. Allow yourself to release and let go of any shame and guilt Get rid of all of that. Allow yourself to release any worries, any concerns. Just focus on that point, that tiny little dot in the center of the star that's in that sacral area near your belly button, shining out. And now the ball of light is going down to your basic area, which is in between your hips, the end of your spine. The ball of light, just imagine that ball of light swirling and swirling. And now go into the very center, because there is a star shining out. And find that point of light, that point of light at the center of that star that's at the end of your spine. And look out at the rods of light. The rods of light going in and out. Now you're releasing all trauma. Releasing all trauma, any grief, all trauma. Allow that to just peel away. Allow that to just go. Oh. And now the ball of light is going down through your feet, which is planted on the ground. And the light is going through your feet and down into the earth, right down to the very center of the earth. This ball of light is in the center of the earth. And allow yourself to be in the center of the ball of the light in the earth. And see the star that evolves. The beautiful center of the earth becomes a star of light. And follow one of those beads, one of those rods of light. Follow one of those rods of light to come to the surface of the earth. And you'll be met by light that other people have created through these meditations. The earth is surrounded by light, and your light is joining them. The collective is joining them, because we are becoming one. And so imagine Earth in front of you. You've been able to come away from Earth, and you're looking down at Earth, and you can see it has all this light all around. This beautiful light that has come from the higher dimensions because we've asked. And now allow yourself to come back to the star within your heart. And we're in the center of the star within our heart, shining out. These rods of light are shining out, greater than the size of our aura, extending out. You are a star. And you now can remember that you can connect with that higher part of you anytime you like. And you are assisting the evolution on Earth by helping yourself become peaceful and therefore loving yourself and nourishing yourself and your soul. So whenever you feel stressed or feel worried or feel fear, remember you can connect with that star that's within your heart, and you can connect with the higher part of you, the greater part of you in the higher dimensions. And when you feel ready, you may come back to the room and open your eyes. I hope that's helped you feel peaceful. It helps me feel peaceful. And I hope that I've been able to share something beautiful. Thank you to the beautiful great beings of light that have helped me. So now, all right, beautiful ones. Thank you so much. So I'm going to share with you the invocation, which helps with the automatic writing process. It's very, very similar to the invocation. In fact, it virtually is the invocation, slightly changed, that comes from the beautiful Evelina Rose, and she channels a group of beings called the Council of 12, and she's been doing that. She's like amazing. And this invocation is a little bit what I learned from her, and I'm sure she wouldn't mind me using it, and I pretty well use it for everything. But for the automatic writing process, so what you do is you have a notepad in front of you, and you have a question to ask. And I'm not expecting you to do this now. You can do it anytime you wish, of course. And I will put a link on how you can access this invocation, because I'll have it just on the comments section. I'll put the link to an article that I wrote that has this invocation. So it starts with, I ask the source of all creation to please create for me a crystalline temple of light, of radiant light around me. I ask that you clear and cleanse all energies which are not of the light, and that this temple be filled with the highest and brightest and most radiant light and the raised vibrations needed for my healing and my growth. I invite all of my high-level guides, all of my masters, angels, and great beings of light to join me. Please watch over this automatic writing session and ensure that everyone who comes through is a positive and loving being. I'm calling upon the highest, brightest, and clearest response. Please boost my ability to clearly hear, see, conceptualize, and feel your divine communication, and help me accurately receive these messages, which carry blessings to me and to anyone who may read them. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And so after you say the invocation, you ask a question, the question that you have, or if you're feeling something, express yourself. This is what I'm feeling. Please help me through, and you will receive beautiful divine answers to your questions that will help uplift your emotions. So this is another way that you can love and look after yourself. So I'll put a link in the bottom of the comments. And thank you, everyone, for being with me today. I really appreciate it. So, if anyone, I'll put my glasses on, it will make life a little easier. Oh, thank you, Emily. Oh, that's so sweet. I really appreciate it. Thank you, Vera. And thank you. Oh, I'm very grateful. Well, my precious ones, this really comes to the conclusion of my live session today. And so I'll be committing to every Thursday at 2 o'clock to 2 in the afternoon Western Australian time. I don't know how you call what you call that officially. And the intention is to help us all uplift our emotions during this really difficult time. Also, I'll just, if you don't mind me sharing my work, I have visual guided meditations, which, with the assistance of my most beautiful niece Donna Chapman, who is a graphic artist genius, she has helped me create meditations which will help with creating forgiveness, changing beliefs, meeting the parts of your personality that need a hand right now, which includes your fearful self, your fear self, and probably next week, I think that's what we'll probably be addressing is our sub-personalities and how that we can help each other. So for the month of April, every Thursday at 2 o'clock, and the intention is, of course, to uplift our emotions, and that's what my work is all about. There is a healing program, an energy healing program called Conscious Light, and the first ebook is free, and it has 9 video instructions to help. And the video instructions have subtitles as well for those who cannot hear. And the this work will help you become an energy healer if you wish, but if you don't want to be a healer, that doesn't matter. You will benefit so greatly from the work because you will be able to do healings on yourself. So instead of placing your hands on another person, you place your hands on yourself and invoke that beautiful energy to come through and love and look after you. So this particular program was all about how to love and look after and nourish your beautiful heart and soul. And that's what we fully intend to do, because the more peaceful we all feel, then this evolution that is happening will happen a little bit easier. So hopefully we can ease those growing pains the guides were telling us about. So I'm sending you all love and my blessings, and I would love also to share how grateful I am for you all to be being there, supporting me. And so I'm sending you all my love and blessings.